Hey guys, Free here, and welcome back to another video. So this one we're doing a tournament report for the last tournament we did last Saturday, which was a couple of days ago.
28th.
Was it? 2
days ago.
It feels like a month to me.
No, literally 2 days.
Okay, fair enough, there you go.
Well, 2 days from this recording.
Yeah, don't know when it will go up, but you know, it'll go up
whenever he has time to upload it.
That is
or not have time when you can be asked.
Unedited raw footage.
No, because that would just be a nightmare.
That is very true. Anyway, let's talk about tournament. So this was you guys' second tournament, and this was the second tournament we did actually at Playnation in the UK. We'll try and get like a video of going there at some point and show them off, and they've given us permission to, so it's going to be that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you could have told me this.
What you knew?
Yeah, I knew about it.
No one tells me anything.
We were at the counter when you were buying the packs for the Destructive Raw, the pre-release packs.
Oh, that's what you guys want about. Okay, yeah, I'm with you now. Okay, cool.
Right, there you go. It's cool. Alright, so we're going to start off with, do you know what? We're going to start off with the middleman, Maxi.
Okay.
Right, so just go on about your matchups and obviously.
So I went up against a royal player. I won one. But in no fairness, he bricked and never got grade 3 until I was already second right grade 3. He bricked and I destroyed him. Second and third game, he got his revenge and kicked my ass. It was kind of close, but he won. Second game, I went up against another royal player. This time he was really good, and I lost 2-0 outright. Just got obliterated. Third game, I was up against a cargo road player who I faced in the past. I won one, he won one, and he won the last one. So he won, but it was close, like really close games. And then I got to sit out the last game and watch these two guys.
Bye.
So it was fun. Yeah. Anyway, lost all my games.
Now I think we're going to cover me next, only because I realised that he's got a nice special thing to add.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, my result was very different. So I first off went against a Kagero player. I 2-0'd him. And I'm playing Royal Paladin first, obviously. My next matchup was Royal Paladin. So I had a dirt there, forgetting. The guy literally misplayed so hard, he for some reason got into his mind that Soul Saver Dragon was Soul Blast 6. So he didn't do the skill, and I won off that. Then it was another Kagero player, which I just won 2-0'd. Yeah, that was because I just had a lot more hand. And he actually kind of bricked a little bit on the first game. He couldn't get to grade 3, which obviously me, with a Soul Saver Dragon and 2 Arcanes, you know, it's like a stupid column, so I could just win straight out. And I hit him with the early crit with Blaster Blade as well, so I got him to 4 damage from like the first game. It's insane. Then final match, I went against Nova Grappler, which was the most easiest match I've ever actually had in my life. Since he just could not gain the advantage, and I just was hitting huge numbers. He had hits most of his hand, and I kept Blaster Blading all his like all his units in the Excel circle, so he just didn't have. He had to kept calling out more resources, so I could just take full advantage, and Soul Save Dragon, so wins games. And now, on to Alan! Where it gets funny.
Yeah, well, my first game was a bye, so I got passed over, which is, it counts as a win, but then it's not really points for the win, it's just a win mark.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, buys.
But anyway, and then my second match was up against Novas. It was Nova Grapplers.
Oh yeah, that was the one where...
It was very close. So literally the first game, I got him to 5 damage, and he got me down to 4. And then he got to the point where he literally restood his whole entire board and wiped me out completely. Second game, again got him to 5 damage. Then he wiped me out again. Second played game I had was Oracle Think Tank. But not like how Connor's running it. This actually had Imperial Daughter in it. So with 15k boost with the deer and him, plus the crit. Plus also stacking the 2 crits on top of each other. Yeah, it was kind of one of the things, but I still every time got them to 5 damage and then wiped me out with a 4 crit attack. Third game, I went up against the Kagura player, which Connor plays first. This bit that I'm very salty about. He won outright 2-0, so instead of packing up and going and telling them, he decides to teach him how to play Kagura properly.
The best one to this was I was in the middle of the game, and Alan comes to me and goes, "Oh, so Connor's teaching, and I bet he's going to win the tournament now."
So what he was doing originally with Connor was he was putting all of his forces underneath his Kagura, so he would literally just get the boost. Connor delightfully suggested that he should start spreading them out. So against me, he started spreading them out. First game he won, second game I won, third game then he won again. But there was something incredibly dodgy about him. Like, we didn't find out until after, I think you told us today.
Yeah, we literally told him today about it. That this guy's been banned before for stacking loads of cheating beforehand, and it's mainly to do with triggers. We noticed actually that it was a lot of his opponents would get lack of or 0 triggers, and we noticed in your you were talking about shuffling.
It's the way that he cut your deck was you could shuffle normally. You can do the riffle shuffle, get a 90% shuffle rate. And then what he would do is, if I would tell this, he would take the top off, put it down, take the middle out, put the top on the middle, and then the middle on the top. So most of your triggers are now in the middle of your deck and at the bottom of the deck, and hardly any at the top. I think we actually did it, and I think I made it out so I had 2 triggers within the first 20 cards on my deck, and it was every single time he did it, I would pull either the triggers to my hand or the triggers to the damage zone, but never triggers on my attack. And it literally screwed me out of so many potential attacks that I just couldn't. Yeah.
The one thing that was weird about him, because I'm not going to say who he is or any of that stuff, but the main thing was really weird, and I know that Alan here took a bit of a surprise to it. Because do you remember against you? Oh no, you were sitting there. And do you remember how I was shuffling? I was doing my riffle shuffle, right? So, what was really interesting about him, because when I was doing the riffle shuffle, he does that, he does this type of cut. I damage check a draw trigger, which was a very big surprise. And I saw his face was like, what? Yeah. So I obviously happened to draw into my grade 3, which I needed, so thank God. And then after that, I play Akane, Spiracle's Pongal, a Soul Charge. But after the Pongal gets Spiracle, instead of cutting my deck, he straight up just took it and just started shuffling it and then cut it his own way. And after that, I started to brick.
Yeah.
And I started to get brick really badly. First off, I Soul Charged a critical trigger, which was, since I opened up with 4 crits, that was 5 crits already gone out of my deck. Which is kind of ironic that I finished him with 2 crits left in my deck. Literally, the last 2 crits that you would have shown, that was the only 2 crits left in my deck.
That wasn't just the best part, it was also the part where you did your attack, you took it, and you pulled over the 2 crits, which is 3 damage.
Right,
just in case anyone is new and they're watching, but yeah, it's 3 damage. And what he did was, he pulled the first one over, then he got 2 heals, but it still makes 6 overall damage. But what he did was, and I even caught him, I even told Connor after the game, is I thought he went to go scoop up his damage zone, which everyone does, you normally just go grab it up, pick it up. But what he actually did was he actually slid 2 of his cards underneath 1 card, so it looked like 1 damage instead of 3. So it made it look like he was on 5 damage. And he went to go stand his units again, and I looked at him and I was like, he goes, he just literally quickly, as soon as he spotted me, he turned around and goes, oh yeah, by the way, that's game, and Connor was like, oh, I didn't even realise, sorry, yeah, it's game.
Yeah, but the thing was, he did it so sly that even to me, I didn't even realise. And so I legit was just continuing on, like, Blast Player goes to attack, and it wouldn't have been, if it wasn't for that Alan had his buy, I probably could have even lost that game.
Yeah, it was literally because they were sitting in front of each other, I was sitting next to your opponent, so I kind of was sliding out, sneaking out his deck, just to see what he was running in his deck.
But you always do. Everyone does it. If you're by and your mate's playing, you want to see how badly your mate gets beaten.
Yeah. So
that's all it is.
And then basically, but also when it was my game, something very odd happened because he counterblast 2 in his damage zone, but I know he had a crit because when I did a damage to it, it was a crit on the field.
Yeah.
And basically, I drew my cards, I was looking at my cards, and all I heard was a rustling noise. And I looked back, and basically he knocked his damage zone out of place and was putting it back together. Then the next damage check, he damage checked 2 crits in a row, and he wasn't even surprised about it. There was no like little bit of shock. Because when you pulled your 2 crits, you were like, that's it, that's game.
That was good.
Him, it was literally calm as anything look on his face, as he knew it was going to be a crit. It was kind of one of the things, but it's like, because I'm still new to it, I didn't know until Connor explained today that you can actually ask to take a look at someone's damage zone.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know that. I thought that would have been a bit of common knowledge, but I guess some people don't.
But the thing, if I knew that, I would have taken a look at that, because that for me was highly suspicious. Because, and the funny thing is, before he drew, he had his whole palm of his hand over the deck, as you know, you cup a card and you stick your hand over a deck. It was kind of like that. But
did you know the triggers were in there?
I knew he had triggers. In
the damage.
In his damage zone, yeah. Because when I did it, he did it and he got a 10k boost. But I still had maximum riser in an Axel circle to get off the 32.
Oh, okay.
Which he couldn't block, so he took, and it gave him.
Oh yeah, and you were a very nice guy on this actually.
Yeah.
Just remember what you did.
Yeah, basically, he called out Nahalum and then also Berserker Dragon at the same time, and then he also wanted to use both of their skills at the same time. And I was like, you can't do that, but I'm going to allow it because I'm in the middle of the game. I don't really.
Yeah.
But it ended up costing me the game, so it was kind of one of the things. It's like, yeah, I did a nice thing, but because what he said to you was he mainly played in G era and was nothing to the. He hardly played anything in the standard.
Yeah, it shows because I generally this is something I felt about G era. If you played G era, don't mean I'm ripping on you, but I felt towards later G era, it became less about the player and the deck, like became more the dominant thing. Even if you're a good player, you can fight with a deck that has been power crept, but you are an uphill battle, stands down. And I think this guy was one of those people who play, especially towards the later part of G, where it was proper just the deck being stronger rather than the actual player, because he did feel just like a new player against me. And again, he was just stacking, literally you go Dragonic Overlord, 4 sugar, Dragonic Overlord, 4 sugar. And actually there's one thing that was very suspicious. He kept having Dragonic Overlords in his hand to ride, and it was the perfect. And also, interesting fact when you bring up the heal triggers, if you actually worked it out that it was just 1 critical, he would have drawn into. He would have actually just had 1 heal to survive, which he was
on 5 damage.
The 2 heals would have survived him if I just had 1 crit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he was on 5 damage, and then you got 3 damage. You got 1, which would have been. Like the first one was just a normal card, which is the 6th for damage. So there was no need to continue doing them. But then you called 2 heals and then tuck something.
Also, one other thing just to cover on this, and this is actually a big one that really frustrated me, but it wasn't against him. Do you remember? Okay, the whole thing with the phone.
Yes. No.
Now, I'm not saying he did, because we can't confirm on this, but he did this whole thing where you got your phone out, and by the way, in tournaments, it's common practice you don't do that.
Yeah, unless you're using the calculator to do the maths, but.
I literally would say to the guy, I would go, hey, I'm just going to quickly do the math, or, oh, do you know, I need to respond to someone because whatever. If you're working, I'm not working, but for example, Max, he works, or you wouldn't work, Alan. If you need to contact a colleague for whatever reason, then that's fair enough. But he had his phone out the whole time. And you logically will look at my board, and the guy saw me drive check, and because of the way Royal Paladin work, or the way that we assume that we work, is that we always have a decent amount of hand, but we also can just replace our rear guard. So we're not going to guard the Vanguard if it attacks our rear guard, right? Well, he looks at the phone, he attacks the rear guard, and I go to myself, I'm thinking, this is really odd, because you know I can replace my rear guard, so why not just go straight to my Vanguard and force out a possible perfect guard? So, do you know what I do? I perfect guard anyway. Guess what his 2 twin drivers were? Crit, which would meet the perfect amount just to attack straight with Vanguard with what? So it would be 33, he had 3 force triggers underneath it, so that's about what, 63?
Yeah.
Yeah, 63 coming straight to the face. You know, if I haven't got another perfect guard, or I don't have a perfect guard at all, that would be super just minusing my hand, preparing for a waterfall. And it just was too convenient. It was like he knew in his mind that he could guarantee it. But one thing I do is really weird. It's because I've actually been scammed by someone, or not, in an old game back in the tournament days of when I was playing G era. I've gone into a weird habit of putting my perfect cards behind my other cards, so you can't see I've got a perfect card, because someone has done that before with the phone. I actually lost. I lost top 8 actually down at Brotherhood tournament when I was playing Victor. So yeah, I have.
But it wasn't that. I also saw his phone, like one of the messages, and sometimes like someone was just sending him numbers, which is also a little bit dodgy for me.
Yeah.
It was like, because it was a quick glimpse, but I saw like 46. I don't know if it meant total, because in my hand, I had literally a total of like 45k shield.
So that's either he was asking how much
Was he on
was.
your phone with you?
Yeah, it was on his phone with me constantly. It was literally a constant on the phone thing. It was never a moment.
Was he? He wasn't on the phone as much as me.
For me, he was. It was literally a
Yeah, for
constant
you
thing.
it was.
But he never
It's probably
moved.
because you lost a couple of games and was getting desperate.
No, it wasn't that thing. He never moved from that one spot. Like for us, people.
Oh yeah.
So not only that one spot is really off in the side as well. So it's really.
It's literally right near a big ass glass window.
And you don't. It's like when you're off in the corner, there's no judges. But if there was, someone's not gonna really notice you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the fact that because Playnation moved, they lifted the ban on him so he can come back.
Yeah.
But he's just still up to his old tricks. That's it.
And it's. I'm not going to report him at first. Wait until he does it again.
Well, if he's there at the next tournament,
and if I can catch it out.
No,
again.
if he's still stacking, if he's still cutting the decks the exact same way,
and if he's sitting right by
I'm
a window,
still saying it, I will literally ask him next time he cuts my deck, can you cut it a different way? I will ask him to cut it a different way, or if cut it more than once.
Yeah. And I think what I'm just going to end up saying is final turn shadow card. No, what I'm gonna do is I think if I catch it out. And this is just what I've always done, but I'm just going to end up saying, you know, mate, cheaters never prosper, and then I'm just going to leave that on there. I know the guy's probably going to be like, what do you mean by that? But I'm just going to go, you know what I mean? Because he knows he's been banned before. He knows that he's been touched by it, and he knows
not like
it
you
right.
also said that he's been banned from nationals because he was caught. His whole team was banned or thrown out because he was caught stacking.
Yeah.
So
it frustrates me. But though I will admit, if it wasn't stacking, if he did not stack, it would have been cool.
No,
I mean, he did stack, but if he didn't stack in that tag match, I have to say it would have been the most coolest thing in Vanguard history.
Yeah.
6 criticals on the S.
Like if he's saying he's not stacking,
then that's like.
I'm sorry. Every other person I played him against they would split the deck in half, or they would take the first couple of cards off, or they would never split it 3 times.
But it's basically that. It's like doing that kind of method where you split it like the 3 times.
Yeah.
There is a variant where you can do that and it doesn't actually like put your your opponent at a chance of not getting triggers. But where it usually happens is when he's on purposely putting the middle on top. Usually that's when you know.
No, it is. Like, simply because I memorised the way he cut it. Was you take the top off, put it to the side, cut the middle, put that to the side, take the bottom, put it to the middle, and then put the middle on the top.
Yeah.
Every single time. There was no variant. Even when you're playing it was the exact same way.
Until he actually shuffled my deck. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but then he still split it the same way.
It was like so weird. That guy, I'm not, like again, I'm not going to say who he is, only because I don't want to be that kind of dick, but if you do go to see him, I don't want you causing him pain and hassle and all that stuff.
We're nice guys.
We will deal with it if we see it again.
Oh,
so did you say speak for yourself?
No, he goes. He goes. Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. What he said.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to cover you, fatty. I can roll with it, all right.
Anyway, so yeah, like I say, I won the whole.
Roll with it.
Yeah. I'm sorry for misbehaving. Sorry.
Oh fuck! Well, you go for my hat or my head?
Your hat. Oh, I just slapped your forehead like big.
Give my hat back. Fuck off.
Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It went actually along a lot longer than planned because we did rage about that one guy.
Oh yeah.
But to be honest,
Well, no. Correction. You two were raging. I didn't face him, so I had to just stand there quietly.
I wish you actually did fight him because I don't want to sound like a dick.
Oh my god, if he actually played him, because you always get crits in your hand, you probably would have got crits.
Yeah, for the record, I am the most unlucky bastard when it comes to crits. I never pulled them out the right time, nothing. Knowing my luck, if you did it that way, I'll probably just draw into them all the time, just be like on first turn. Oh, that's a crit. Second one, crit. Oh, crit.
I'm consistent. It'll be his only victory.
And then I'll just go to him and just go, whatever you did to my deck.
Thank
you.
Let's just start cutting your deck his way.
I might do it that way. We'll see. You never know.
No, but
the anti-stack
if I play against him, I will be cutting the exact same way for him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
What happens if he tries to cut it back?
Then I'll cut mine. He's cut his, so why can't I cut mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you shouldn't be able to cut your own deck.
Yeah.
But if he does that to you, you do it back to you.
Yeah.
That.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If he cuts my deck like that, I will cut his deck. And if he goes back to split his deck again, I will split mine. And if he says what you did, I'm simply gonna say, you just split it.
So yeah.
So why can't I?
Yeah, right. Like,
Well, I had a time where I pulled all 5 cards on top of my deck, with literally all 5 triggers, and I had to put them back simply because it's an unusable hand. And then 5 cards off that was fine, but then I never got any triggers afterwards.
do you know what I think is most hilarious? Game 2, for me, I don't know, because you weren't seeing my hand, because I had the whole thing when I opened up all triggers, and I mulliganed. Guess what I got back? All triggers. Do you want to know what happened? Every single card from then on was a top deck, and I still won! And I top deck Blaster Blade.
And this is where I'm going to have to say, for the record, he's a paladin player. He's a weeb paladin player. He wants to be like Aichi. Every single time he rides a grade 2, guess what it is?
It's not that I want to.
Every single time.
Okay, 4 units, it gains critical.
How-
It's a crit.
No, it's how do you do it every single time your first rider grade
I usually
2?
just draw it.
Stacks.
Oh!
Yeah.
That explains it.
Stacks.
So what have you got? 8
No.
blasters?
I got
10?
4.
Sure.
No, actually, believe it or not, all my games against you,
We're messing, by the
Yeah.
way. He don't stack.
Nah.
He's actually quite deep. He's
I'm
alright
50-50.
player.
Hey,
He
dude.
stacks half of his deck and the other half is non-stacked.
I just shuffle half of my deck and then put it together. There you go, done.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I've ever done is I just, like, sometimes I look at my deck and if I see all my Blaster Blades together and all my grade 2s together, I just, like, put them around a bit and then just shuffle, riffle. Because sometimes I'm playing double sleeve with older ones that are a bit sticky.
They kind of stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've had something like that, but other than that, it's not too bad. Eric, we're going to end it off here because we can go on forever, literally.
Oh, we could talk all day and all night, but
Yeah, we should do a live stream sometime.
I need to kick these guys out soon. So.
Yeah, so he can masturbate.
Oh hell yeah! Little bit of hand shandy. Have you not seen the side of my right arm?
We know we're getting
You are cutting that out. You are fucking cutting that bit out. Alright?
He's just touching Yem on his chest.
You're cutting that bit out, alright?
Pay me.
I will pay you more to keep it.
Do you honestly want that on your channel?
Yeah.
What will be is like, you cut it out. It's just like SoulForge bloopers. It's just a separate section where it's
I
just
don't
like,
mind it on
it's just
that.
like these like, oh muscle, muscle, yeah. Thanks for the clip. It's still recording.
I'm sorry, guys. I swear, this is where all the rambling comes from.
And I just lost Master's purge.
Oh no! This bit is definitely not going in.
No, it is.
No, you said we ended the recording ages ago.
No, I didn't.
When did he ever go up to the camera and turn it off? Everything you've just done has been recorded.
Yes, but it's not.
Why do you
going
think I'm not in camera view?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I thought you were ending it.
No.
See you guys next time.
Yep. SoulForge out.
Fuck.